What's up and welcome to Crypto Ride. If it's your first time joining us on this channel, my name is Anthony, and on this channel we help you guys navigate the ups and downs and all the unpredictable moves that comes along with being a cryptocurrency enthusiast and investor. And today we're back with another Chainlink video for you guys. We're going to do some technical analysis on what's been going on. The last time I made one of these videos, we were talking about the Golden Cross, and today we're going to talk about what happened with that, why that went wrong, and where we can expect to go in the coming days and weeks. But before we get into the video, I just want to thank all our new and returning subscribers for being here and invite you to join our community. If you are someone that is invested in or thinking about invested in Chainlink and you want to stay up to date on the technical analysis and on the charts and on the news, subscribe by clicking on the subscribe button in the bottom corner. But let's talk about the charts. So let's just address the elephant in the room. If you watched my last video and you got a little bit upset because I said that gains were coming, just know that the information I gave you wasn't false, but sometimes the signals that we get on the charts are false. And I think one thing you have to understand, especially if you're new to investing, is that when we talk about technical analysis, we are dealing with probabilities, but sometimes we get false signals. Let's talk about what we saw last week, how the markets reacted, and what we can expect now. So last week we were talking about the Golden Cross, which is when the 50-day moving average crosses over the 200-day, which you can see happened right here. Now, in a perfect world, we would have wanted that to continue going up, but of course, we came up, we peaked down. But as you can see now, you've got the 50-day crossing back down over it. And if you know anything about technical analysis, what this is called the death cross. I don't recall if I mentioned that in our last video, but it's the opposite. So this is a bearish indicator, and you can see just how far apart these two lines are, which could definitely mean that we're headed into a strong downtrend right now. And of course, I'm never trying to be negative or bearish, but I'm always trying to present you guys with the facts so you know what to expect as an investor. Other thing you can see on this screen is this trading range. I'll zoom out just a little bit. And you can see this was the trading range we were living in. Basically, we established a range in between $2 and 2 cents. Actually, it was $1.97 and as high as $2.72. And we were living in that range all the way from July 17th until yesterday, when we finally dipped and fell below it. But let's continue. We'll talk about other things that we see here. Now, it's not all bad. And if you're someone that believes in the project long-term like I am, a lot of these dips are buying opportunities. I think one of my main points in this video is to tell you not to buy too quickly. I posted about this on Twitter, but one of the things that I've learned as an investor over the years is not to invest immediately when a dip happens. Now I give myself 24 to 48 hours. So I did move a few of my alts into Tether, but aside from that, I haven't made any investments since this drop happened. And I'm continuing to watch Link. I want to see if it can hit some of these support levels. So let's talk about where it could be going. And the interesting thing about this is if I zoom over, we're really in uncharted territory. I don't want to call it price discovery, but the last time we were here was all the way back over here in June. If we fall lower, I think we could be looking at $1.64. We had some good support over here back in June. If we fall below that, I think $1.49, $1.50. And the reason I like that as a really solid level of support is because that's a psychological level. So whenever you talk about those big numbers, $2 was strong support for a long time. And also 50 cents is a significant number. So I think $1.50 will end up being a very strong support if we get down there. If you're looking to set some buy orders, those might be my two recommended places. But of course, nothing I say is financial advice, and I am not a professional financial advisor. I'm just giving you some of my opinions here. If the price goes upwards, just for the record, you could see $2.09, $2.24 as potential areas of resistance. And what I've done here is I've zoomed into the 1 hour candlestick so you could really get a better idea of what's happening on a tighter time frame. For the record, I use 4 hour candlesticks a lot of the time. But take a look at this. This dates back to the 27th when we were hovering around that $2 level before we broke down. But since we've broken down, you can kind of see how the red candlesticks are a little bit stronger, and you can see how the volume here is stronger on the red candles. So these candles are very similar in size, but look how much stronger the volume is, meaning how much bigger the volume candle is than the green one, even though the candles are kind of close in size. So this tells me we're seeing more downward pressure than upward pressure. So there's still a lot of pressure from the sellers. And I really think we're in a holding pattern. I think we have to wait and see right now. For me, I'm watching Bitcoin mainly. As you guys know, I do a lot of the time. I'm waiting for that to fall lower. And if it does, I want to see what Chainlink looks like. I do have some money set aside that I want to invest in it, for the record, just in the spirit of transparency, but I'm not in a big rush to buy. I just want to wait and see where this thing falls. And the one lesson I want to give you guys too, if you've been watching, is never buy a falling knife. So this goes back to what I said before. When a stock is falling, just sit back, wait, let the market come to you, and see where it eventually levels off. All right? Because it's going to be really annoying if you have, let's say, $100 and you buy right now for $1.78, and then you wake up in the morning and it's $1.64. And then you wake up 5 days after that and it's $1.50. Well, guess what? If you just would have waited 6 or 7 days, you could have put that $100 in. Instead of paying $1.80, you could have paid $1.50. So be careful. That being said, if you haven't bought Chainlink yet, I think these are solid prices. And I do think, in my opinion, at these prices, you'll have a nice return. But just be careful and be patient, especially if you have a lot. Like for me, I don't feel the need to buy more Chainlink, but I'm going to wait and see if my low side targets are hit, and then I'll buy. So that's my advice to you guys right now. Comment below with your target buying price of the Chainlink project. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe the video. Try and detach your emotions from the market. I know this is probably a stressful time for some of you, especially if you have a lot of money in here. In the process, learn from your mistakes. And as always, I will say, enjoy the ride. I'll see you guys next time.